guys, Angel here. So excited about this video because I get to answer a question from one of my favorite people in YouTube land, Miss Sonia. Before I answer the question, how pretty is this? Like, I know this has absolutely nothing to do with this video, but I got these flowers out of my own garden. And it's a mason jar that I spray painted gold. I spray painted it gold in the inside and then put some water in it. I just love flowers. I love flowers so much. Okay, so here's the question. It says, where are we? Here we go. Angel, I became a mom at 43. My one and only princess. Now I'm 50 Now I'm 50, woohoo, with a 6-year-old, soon to be 7, and became a stay-at-home mom at 49. My life revolves around my little sunshine after leaving corporate America 1.5 years ago because I felt so guilty for working long hours, and now I put everything aside just to focus on her because she is young. To sum it up, my little princess is probably running the show. My family would agree. What advice do you have for your sweet friend Sonia? Hey lady, first of all, congratulations on being a stay-at-home mom. I think it is one of the most rewarding jobs on the planet, considering I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 19 years. I absolutely love it, and the rewards are tremendous. Not that there aren't any rewards with a working mom, but you just get to be there and you get to really control what they see on television. I mean, as much as you possibly can. Not that you can control everything, but just the rewards are really, really awesome when you are able to be a stay-at-home mom. The thing that concerns me about this question is that, excuse me, you said that you feel guilty for working long hours. Now you put everything aside just because she is young. Now, anytime we parent out of guilt, we will reap the repercussions of that, and they're not always the best. In my opinion, the best way to parent is out of love, period. To me, the best way that anyone can parent is out of pure love for the child, not out of guilt. I had a childhood friend that I grew up with, and after she had her children, she got hooked on drugs for many, many years. And when she started to get herself cleaned up and got back into her children's life, she started parenting out of guilt. She felt guilty because she wasn't there for them when she was out on the streets doing drugs. So she would never tell her children no. She would buy them anything that they wanted. And when one of her children got older, he realized that how she was parenting, it really wasn't out of love, and it was out of guilt. And that doesn't necessarily make a child feel good, because when we're parenting out of guilt, we're actually parenting just to save ourselves. Just to save ourselves some hardship. So if, referring to my friend, when she was out on the streets doing drugs, when she got herself cleaned up and got back into her child's life, not saying that it's an easy task, but there was some work that needed to be done so she no longer felt guilty, owned her mistakes, owned what it was that she did, but put that in the past and parent now out of love and disciplining your child out of love. The thing that concerns me is that you said you put everything on hold. Now your daughter now, you said she's 6 getting ready to be 7. You don't want to lose yourself in the process of parenting her, because she's 7 now, or going to be 7 now. She's going to be 17 like tomorrow, and you're going to be sitting there like, what do I do? Because I put everything on hold, and now I don't even know myself. I don't know what I like to do. And when she's off with her friends, you may play a guilt trip on her, because in the back of your mind, you put everything off for her, and now you may not be able to understand why she won't put things off for you. As far as your family is concerned, saying that they might agree with you, you know for yourself that you are allowing her to run the show. And I can say this with certainty. I volunteered in schools for many, many years. And what I know is that when you parent out of guilt, or you allow the child to run the household, or allow them to just make all the decisions, they never get disciplined, that makes it hard on the teacher. And I can tell you this, behind closed doors, those teachers dread children like that come into the classroom. Children that at home always get their way. Children at home that are always throwing tantrums and then they get what they want. It makes the job so much more difficult for the teacher. And I remember being in the school system with my children and building relationships with the teachers, and them telling me, oh boy, here comes Johnny, you know, because at home he wasn't getting disciplined. So you are what it does is it allows you to raise a child that nobody else can stand. And I hate to say that, but when you have a spoiled child around you, that can be pretty difficult to be in the same space. There is nothing more refreshing than being around a child that is disciplined and a child that listens. I cannot express that enough. So my advice for you would be to get rid of the guilt. You know, you were doing what you felt you should do in that season. You spending long hours at the office, like, that's done and that is over with. Enjoy this time with her. There are women that, like myself, that I wasn't spending long hours at work. I was spending long hours watching TV, collecting a check from the state of Maryland. You may want to carry a little bit of guilt with you at that time, because I wasn't doing anything productive other than raising my children and getting cash assistance and food stamps from the state. So don't feel guilty because you were out there working and busting your tail to provide for your child. She will understand that later. But now, being a stay-at-home mom, love her from a genuine space of simply that's your little princess, that's your little girl, and be willing to discipline her. Be willing to not give her way all the time. You want her to grow up sweet and appreciate the things in life. When a child is raised and they get every single thing that they want, when they get older, they tend not to appreciate things. So my advice to you, Miss Gorgeous Sonia, would be to discipline your child with love. Remove the guilt. There's absolutely nothing you can do about you working a corporate America and spending long hours in the office. Kudos to you for doing that. Kudos to you. That's not anything to feel guilty about. So moving forward, maybe if you need to sit down and have a conversation with her, or have that conversation with yourself and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for feeling so guilty for doing really what is right by your child and your family and your household. So I hope that served you, and I hope that served anybody else that's dealing with that. I absolutely love each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next time. Love you guys from the bottom to the top.